Okay, let's just be honest. Trying to follow AI news right now feels impossible. One headline says AI is going to save the world, the next says it's as dangerous as war. You see companies laying off thousands of people just to pour money into their AI divisions. So, what is really going on? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through that noise. It turns out there are 5 key forces, 5 big ideas that explain pretty much everything. So let's start with this. This is a pretty intense warning from India's finance minister. She said, and I'm quoting here, "The nature of threat from advanced AI models is unprecedented, as serious as war." Now, this wasn't some abstract talk. This was a direct response from a major government to a brand new AI model from a company called Anthropic. It's now being treated as a full-on national security issue.
And at almost the exact same time, you have Meta, one of the biggest tech companies on the planet, announcing they're cutting 8,000 jobs. And the reason they gave? To pay for their massive spending spree on AI infrastructure and talent. It's a huge trade-off.
Meanwhile, while all of that is swirling around, a completely new, free, open-source AI model pops up out of China. And get this, it's outperforming both Claude and ChatGPT on some of the toughest tests out there, stuff that requires graduate-level thinking. This is a huge deal. It signals that the West's lead in this AI race, it might be shrinking fast.
So you've got a new arms race, you have the workforce being automated, and you have this kind of people's rebellion brewing. It is an absolute storm of information. But trust me, underneath it all, there are 5 key forces driving everything. And if you can understand them, you can understand where this is all going.
So, force number 1, this is the new arms race. We're talking about AI escalating into a tool for cyber offense. And the whole conversation, the reason governments are freaking out, it's all centered on one specific model from Anthropic called Mythos.
Now, on paper, Anthropic built Mythos for a good reason, to find and fix security flaws in software. But here's the catch. It's so good at its job that it can't just find the weaknesses, it can exploit them autonomously. We're talking about finding brand new, never-before-seen zero-day exploits in things we rely on every day. And that capability is exactly why it's being treated as a weapon.
And this has split the AI world right down the middle. You've got 2 totally different philosophies here. Anthropic is playing it super cautious, keeping Mythos behind closed doors and only giving access to trusted partners like Google and Microsoft to try and contain the risk. Then you have OpenAI, who's basically saying, nope, let's get it out there, let everyone use it, and society will learn and adapt as we go. It's a huge question. Should this kind of power be locked away, or should it be democratized?
So why is this race so intense? What's the big prize? Well, that brings us to the second major force, this relentless drive to create not just helpful AI assistants, but fully autonomous AI workforces.
Let me give you a concrete example of what this actually looks like. There's this platform called AxioWork. It lets you assemble what they call an agent squad. One agent scours the internet 24/7, looking for the next hot product trend. When it finds one, it hands off to a second agent that goes to Alibaba, finds the best suppliers, and actually negotiates prices. Then a third agent spins up an entire marketing campaign. All of this happens automatically while you sleep.
In this right here, this is the leap. We are blowing past simple chatbots that just answer your questions. We're moving into full-flow execution, creating a true workforce of one that can run entire chunks of a business from start to finish.
And that leads us straight to our third force. Because when you have these kinds of autonomous capabilities emerging, it puts unbelievable pressure on everyone else. It's forcing these extreme reactions from massive companies and even entire countries, all scrambling not to get left behind.
Let's go back to Meta. They are in an absolute frenzy right now. They're pouring billions and billions of dollars into building out their AI infrastructure. And at the same time, they're laying off thousands of people, saying out loud that the layoffs are needed to foot the bill for their AI ambitions.
But think about what this means for the employees who are still there. It gets even crazier. To speed up their AI training, Meta is installing software to track everything employees do on their computers. Every mouse movement, every click, every keystroke. They're using their own employees' work to train the very AI that might one day automate their jobs. And the memo from the CTO was clear. There is no option out.
I mean, that just raises a massive question, doesn't it? It's not just about the future of work anymore. It's about privacy, it's about control. What is the new deal between an employee and a company? Seriously, would you be okay with your company tracking your every move to train your replacement?
Okay, so while these corporate giants are battling it out with cyber weapons and surveillance, a fourth, really powerful force is bubbling up from the ground level. You could call it a people's rebellion, and it's all about democratizing this elite AI tech for everybody.
This rebellion is basically fueled by people looking at their credit card bills. If you want access to the best AI tools out there, ChatGPT, Claude, specialized tools for coding and search, you're looking at nearly €1,000 a year. But it's not just the cost, it's the principle. People are getting tired of paying for subscriptions and handing over all their personal data just to make these giant corporate models even smarter.
So what's the response? An entire stack of free, open-source alternatives. And this table, this is more than just a list of apps. This represents a fundamental power shift. For every major paid tool, there's now a free alternative you can download and run on your own computer. And that means you get unlimited access, and this is the real game changer, total data privacy. Your information never, ever leaves your machine. And this whole movement is getting really clever. There's this project called Free Claude Code that lets you use the slick, polished user interface of a premium tool you'd normally pay for. But behind the scenes, it reroutes all the work to free models, or even to an AI running locally on your own laptop. You get the best of both worlds, the elite experience without the cost or the privacy nightmare.
All right, this brings us to the fifth and final force. After all this, the arms race, the automated jobs, the corporate scramble, and the people's rebellion, what does it all mean for you? Well, it's all boiling down to a huge choice we're all going to have to make about the future of AI.
We're seeing a battle between two completely different futures. On one side, you have the centralized vision. This is AI controlled by a handful of giant companies. It's powerful, it's high risk, it's closed source, and you pay with a subscription and with your data. On the other side is the decentralized vision. This is driven by open source communities. It's about making AI accessible and empowering for individuals. It's free, it's private, it's customizable, and you own your data.
And as one developer, Jose Marquez, put it so simply, you choose in which side to be. The choice is becoming clearer every single day. The tools, the code, the knowledge, it's all becoming available for anyone to pick up and start building with, not just the big corporations.
And that really leaves us with the final and most important question. This isn't just about what cool things AI can do anymore. The real conversation is about who gets to control it. So the question for you is, centralized power or democratized access? Which one of these futures are you going to help build?